Hi, you listen to Ernesto with Christ-like Parenting. I heard the other day something that just kind of blew my mind. That there was I don't know who he was, but he just wrote a book and he said, I don't understand how we're going to solve this problem of all this violence in our world. And to which I say, it's an easy solution. It's very easy, and I'm going to share it with you today. I think a lot of us are thinking it, but we're not ready. We're not willing to put it into action. So here it is. It's not the politicians who have the answer. It's not. Politicians have a role in it, but they don't have the answer. It's not the education system. Guys, we know this. It's not the education system. It's not. It's not. They have a role in it. It's not the priest. Not theirs. It's not their responsibility. They have a role in it, but it's not their responsibility. The responsibility to get the violence out of this world, out of America. How do we become peaceful to one another? You want the answer? Here it comes. You ready? It's you. It's you, and it's me. It starts with you. It starts with me. What are we doing to bring peace to our world? What are you doing? It starts, this is a song from Michael Jackson. This is The Man in the Mirror. It starts with the man in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning, just recognize that the answer to world peace, to the peace here in America, to a decrease in violence, to a decrease in these massacres that are happening and all these murders, it happens with you and me. That's where it starts. And what can we do? Well, where there is no love, where there is hatred, bring love. You know what to do. It's in your heart. It has been imprinted in you. You know what you are required to do. When you are thrashed by somebody else because they hate you, because they did something to you, whatever, you are supposed to bring love to that situation. Are you supposed to go screaming at the politicians? Are you supposed to go screaming at the education board? Are you supposed to start, blaming the church for this and that? Or are you supposed to start, you know what? All of that has its own place. However, want to boil it down to the most important piece of it? It's you. And it's me. I'm not pointing the finger out there saying, you need to fix this. No, I need to fix this. Just as much as anybody else. As I'm driving down the road and I accidentally cut somebody off and they look at me and they want to fight me, it is my responsibility to bring love to that situation. Apologize if I can. Diffuse it the best I can, and not engage and not fight, and bring some kind of peace. Now, if somebody cuts me off, I am not supposed to engage. Or what if I'm in the supermarket and I can steal $1? It's just easy to steal. Am I supposed to? No. If somebody in front of me falls and gets hurt, should I take out my phone and start recording what they're doing? No. We're supposed to get down and help them. When somebody's on the side of the road hungry, instead of walking by and not doing anything about it, I'm supposed to do something just like you. Just like you. If you find yourself blaming an organization, just take a moment to step back and look at what can we do? What can we do? And not about a grand scheme. How can I have a huge impact in this entire world? No. Start at home. Start in your own home. If you're fighting with your kids, if your kids are fighting with you, if you don't know how to bring peace to your own house, how can you bring it to the world? How are they going to bring it to the world? If you and your spouse are married and yet you want to go to divorce because, hey, my choice reigns supreme here. I can do whatever I want. Then we're only spreading that kind of mentality onto the world. Whatever you want is what goes. It's not what God wants. It's what I want. That's it. Well, that's wrong. You know it. And what is it going to take to fix that marriage? Perhaps a lot of work. Perhaps a lot of prayer. And you're like, ugh, prayer? Ugh, it's too much work. No. Yes, prayer. How much are we praying every single day for the peace in our own homes, for us to be able to forgive those who have hurt us, for us to have love when there is no love, to bring hope to the hopeless. What are we doing? It is our responsibility. Ours. And ours alone. Yeah, I applaud those who are out there, with signs saying abortion kills and, Black Lives Matter. And, I applaud whoever's out there trying to make a difference in their own world. But have you seen how a lot of these things, unfortunately, turn into violence? That's becoming part of the problem, not part of the solution. Why don't you take yourself out of the situation? If you find yourself becoming violent, take yourself out of the situation. Go home and get that right first. Go home and love your spouse and your kids or whoever, your parents. Love them first. Learn that and how difficult it is. Really, the call from God is very difficult to love correctly. Do that first. That means that you want what's best for them despite of what's best for yourself. Try that first. Try that on for size. See how it works out. It's tough. But why be on a picketing fence line, or I don't know how you call it, picket fence line? Why will these signs up and saying, I believe in this or I believe in that, when you yourself are unable to bring peace to your own home? So get that right first. We all have a responsibility in this world to make it better. To make it better. Your violence against a race or your violence against anybody is only making it worse. So don't wonder to yourself, why did 6 more people get shot at a Walmart? Don't wonder to yourself, why are all these kids being shot at in their school? If you yourself are spreading violence in your own home, or you yourself are spreading violence at the grocery store down the street, if you yourself are doing these kind of things, if I'm doing it to my kids, or if I'm doing it to the grocery store down the street, or if I'm doing it to my neighbors, or if I'm guilty of it, I can't possibly wonder to myself, why are kids getting shot? So listen, let me just to recap, just re-say it again. I think it's very simple. Why do we have all this violence? Because we're spreading it. How can we stop it? By stopping ourselves from spreading violence. Please, start at home. Love your kids. Love your parents. Love your spouse. And I will pray for you. Please pray for me. God bless.